What's up, America? It's your girl bringing you some news you can use. We are live at the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. You can catch us locally, nationally, internationally. You can also go to IntellectualRadio.com. You can check us out on YouTube. We are broadcasting live right now on Facebook and Instagram. So today we got a hot show for you. We're supposed to give it to you Tuesday, but we here today. Better late than never.
Amen.
So my goal today is to inform, educate, entertain, and inspire. And in this intellectual, let me start that again, intellectual dialogue hour, we're going to be sharing information, giving introspection, and providing some inspiration. So we're going to talk about how you build your brand and how you get paid over and over and again for the work that you do only once. So I need you to grab a pen and paper, pay close attention. We're gonna go out 2018 with a bang and be supercharged for 2019.
Woo.
It's gonna be a year of success and growth. Remember, it's scale or fail, and the choice is yours to make. So we are live. We got some bills to pay. We're going to come back. We got a happy birthday song for those who are celebrating your birthday. If you're celebrating an anniversary, I got a little quote for you, and that's about it. We are live. I'm going to let these young ladies introduce themselves. I know you have seen their faces before, but we have some bills to pay, and we are late today, and that is all on me. So don't go anywhere. Please share the broadcast. Back in a moment.
Listen to Making Waves with Miss Darci on IR and iHeart radio station, Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We love you, Miss Darci.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I enjoy listening to IntellectualRadio.com and Making Waves with Miss Darci.
It's a new year and the first anniversary of our revolutionary acne treatment. To celebrate, we have an amazing new offer for you. Order Proactive Plus, and for a special limited time, you'll pay just $19.95. Imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. Make it happen today with Proactive Plus.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin. And it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription.
This product is doing it. I started seeing results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
Now's the best time ever to order because we're offering extra savings to first-time customers. Call 1-800-773-5681 to get our 3-step system plus free gifts and free shipping. All just $19.95.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
Are bill collectors calling you? Are you afraid to answer the phone? Afraid of lawsuits, garnishments, losing your apartment, house, or car? Then call us for your debt relief options. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Chapter 7 or 13 can relieve the debt pressure. Call us now for a free phone mini consultation or log on to infotapes.com. We're the law firm you trust to get you out of debt.
1-800-401-4010.
You're tuned in to Making Waves with Miss Darci. We broadcast live right here every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And I am the host of Making Waves with Miss Darci.
And I'm Alicia Nokeys, and I'm the co-host for the day. We're Making Waves with Miss Darci. So I hope we can make some good waves today.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I'm Charmin Edwards, also co-hosting with Miss Darci today, Making Waves.
So my intro sponsor is Krispy Kreme. Y'all know how we love Krispy Kreme donuts. Their mission is to make the most awesome donuts on the planet every single day. And I think they have done that. They have 3 locations. You can go to their website, krispykreme.com. 110 South Manheim Road. Hillside is the new one. The other location is 17815 South Halsted. And then they have one that's in Homewood. And then they have one at 9150 Southwestern Avenue in Evergreen Park. So visit them and thank you for being our sponsor. So stay tuned for new and bigger things in 2019, which is also right around the corner. And if today is your birthday, we have a birthday song for you. Take it away.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All right, y'all heard it here. That was good. Beautiful. Oh my God, I had to sign her up because I know I can't hit a note.
Beautiful voice.
Man, that was gorgeous.
Yes.
See, she is multi-talented right here.
Yes.
So the phrase that pays for today, for that $50 cash, is be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire.
Fire.
Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. So if you're the first person to call, you got that $50 cash, and Alicia's going to look up there at the wall and tell you what number to call in when I say call in.
Sorry, some of it was blocked. It's 708-223-8953. Again, that's 708-223-8953.
If you're celebrating an anniversary, here's wishing you a whole lot of happiness and sweet surprises and continued love from Making Waves with Miss Darci and crew. Now, my quote for today is people, and y'all know who they are, will hate you. They're going to rate you like on a scale. They're going to shake you. They're going to even try to break you. But no matter how strong you stand, it's what's make you you. And can't nobody take that away from you.
Tell them,
so
girl.
remember that, because you're going to get some haters. And you know, Cat Williams said, if you don't get a couple of haters every day, you ain't doing something right.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So we're here to share information for you on your business. If you have a product, service, or brand, we're going to jump right into it. Branding on a budget. So the word brand, the word strategy, when you hear those two together, those are like buzzwords, right? So people might think that branding is a strategy, right? How do you position your product, service, or brand to your customers or your potential consumers to get the best deal to them, whether it's your website, social media, your logo, or location, because location is key. So when you hear all of those things, we're going to bring up some things that you should use for your branding. You can do corporate branding identity. You can do just brand identity, or you can do a brand image, or you can do all 3 components to create the total brand. So you have to think about where you want to be in social media. Branding your business, whether you do it solo on a small scale or you know, on a bigger scale, right? It all depends on how much money you're willing to spend on your investment opportunity. It don't mean if you do it on a budget that you're not going to have the same quality or the same service on a larger scale. It all depends on how you do it. Because somebody can take a small amount of money and make it work, just like they can take a large amount of money and it may not have as big a turnout, right?
Right.
So here goes some of the things, and you guys can chime in. The first thing we came up with in how to have a great brand is to create a buyer persona. So if you have a product, service, or brand, you want to understand who your customer are, who your target audience is, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to make sure that your brand is conducive to them, right? So you want to tailor your message, your product, your promo, what you're selling, so that they'll keep coming back.
So
right.
when
So
you
what
say,
would you do? What would you do for that? How would you do that?
So the way I would do it, assuming persona is like a person, I would imagine the type of person I'm trying to sell to. Is it, I would start with, you know, what their demographic is, like what is, you know, what's their age group? What do, maybe even height, like what is their overall, you know, height, weight, age, and then, you know, that's what I would start with, just as a picture of who I would want this to go to. And like I said, it all depends, and age is definitely a big thing in that, you know, do you want to sell a kid's product? Do you want to sell, you know, a teenager product? Do you want to sell, you know, your early 20s and 30s and moms and dads? And so who is your target? Who are you trying to get to listen to what you have to say, or buy your product, or how is it helping them in a way? Is there a problem that, that, oh, okay, well, this is a problem that parents have, or this is a problem that children have, or this is a problem that teenagers have, and is this product going to help, or is the service going to help? Because that is two different things between a product and a service. So that's how I would start it.
What do you think, Sharman?
Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree with her that because, when I work with other entrepreneurs, and the first thing they usually say is, when you ask them, who is your target? They say everybody. Well, it's not everybody.
Right.
It's not everybody. And that's why you need to hone in on who really are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Just like she said, are you talking to mothers? Are you talking to fathers? Are you talking to women? Are you talking to men? Are you talking to grandparents? Are you talking to teenagers? You need to know who is your product speaking to, and what problem does it solve? You wouldn't necessarily sell a product for gray hair to a teenager.
Right.
So you definitely need to know first, who is my person that I'm selling, who's the target, where am I going, but don't say everybody,
right? And a lot of people say that. And my thing is with business, and we learn as we grow.
Absolutely.
You grow with maturity. For me, when people say, who's your target, or I ask them, who's your target audience, I say, I want to give you a referral. What's a good referral for you? And they say everybody. It's not everybody. And for me, I agree with you, because you have to have a problem, and then your product, service, the brand is the solution.
That's
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So for me, with the water, I'm going to use the water for an example. The water was for me. I created the water for me because I was tired of having 3 different dress sizes, clothes sizes. Y'all know how we do. We go get this out, and then we get a little way, you just go get this out, and then we get a little bit more way, we go get this out. So we have and it's not just women, it's men too.
Right. It is. It's definitely.
And so for me, I got tired of having 3 wardrobes, right? So I was determined, and you have to be determined. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Absolutely.
Whatever the situation may be. And for me, mine was weight. So I set out to create this for me. Did I know that my friends and family are going to be saying, where mine's at? Give me some, give me some, give me some. Because after it started working, then everybody said, wait a minute. They call it the love handles. They call it they get all kind of names.
Muffin top. Muffin
top. I mean, you could, whatever they want to call it. It's your playground. Some men call it they playground.
Right. My brother used to. His roller coaster.
And then we go and get all these things you could wear to just suck it right up, right? And you walking around like this, like, I can't wait to get out of this girdle. So, and I've been there, done that. I even posted my girdle. Some of them were tore up, but I posted them, right? So now it feels good to not have to wear that, right? And feel, but it all depends on how you feel about you.
That's right.
Oftentimes, being overweight leads to other health issues, a bad back, knees, diabetes, high blood pressure. It could lead to all these other things. So we have to be mindful of that.
That's right.
And a lot of people like to talk about the elephant in the room. Everybody deals with weight differently, and nobody's looking to be a pencil, but you also want to be healthy. You don't want to starve yourself. People go on these fad diets. People go on these, I can lose 20 pounds in 5 days, but then what happened after the 5 days? So in every year, every other year, there's a new fad. I did all of that. I need something that's going to work where it's a lifestyle change, and it's a healthy lifestyle change. And water, you can never drink enough water. They said we should drink a liter of water a day. And I don't know nobody that do that. They may get close, but that's because our body feeds off of water. And me, myself, I used to dehydrate because I didn't like water. But now I see the necessity. Well, we need water to survive. If you don't, your kidneys fail. All kind of things could happen.
That's right.
And so when I came up with this was my solution for people who dealing with overweight, who's tried all these diets, who need to lose weight, who have high blood pressure, who are diabetics, who have a bad back or back, who deal with inflammation.
So that was your persona.
So that was my persona. And then I was the walking billboard, because as I went down each size, people noticed me in the community, whether I was getting gas, while I was at the grocery store, I'm at the restaurant, I'm even at the pharmacy picking up my medicine. I never forget the manager at the CVS on Manhattan Roosevelt. He said, "Come in here. Your face looks smaller." I was like, "Well," he said, "Go park your car and come in." And I was looking at my face in the mirror like, but you could tell the transformation.
Mhm.
So it wasn't something that you saw a big picture, then you saw a small picture.
Right.
Because sometimes people do that to sell a product. I didn't have to do that. People that knew me,
It was
including
word
the
of
super
mouth.
producer,
Right.
always talked about my weight.
Mhm.
But he can't say nothing now.
Right. Right.
It's coming up on 2
And I
years, and I done kept it off.
Right.
And I be eating everything in sight, but I have my water to chase it down, because
Right.
you just sip on the water all day long.
And I think that's a good thing that you were talking about. I think that you should, when you start something, you know, you were saying you didn't know that people were going to do that, and that's the thing. I feel like people you have to stand by your product no matter what it is, and you also have to fight through the problems that will come up with it. You can't let, you know, like people say, "Oh, well, it's not going to work." You have to believe in your product, and I think that's one of the first steps too when it comes down to coming up with a brand and an idea and a product or a service, is that you have to come up with one, and then you have to stand by it, and you have to, like you were saying, you were the walking billboard for it, and you, like I said, you have to stand by it. You can't let people deter you.
Yeah,
and
you have to
that
be
is going
about
to,
it, whatever
yes.
it is. You got to talk about it, but you also have to be that person where you're walking it. You're talking about it, and it's in your blood.
Yes.
It's your passion. So you're not saying, "Oh, I got this water, and y'all might want to try it."
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you got to be excited about it, because you want
Right.
people to be excited about your product, service, and brand. You have to be excited, and you
Yes.
have to be diligent. You have to be motivated. You have to say, "Yeah, you need this,
Yeah.
and let me tell you why you
Right.
need this."
Exactly. You have to be
Just
your
like,
own hype man.
right, like
Mhm.
Rockalocks. I've seen her do her demonstration, and I'll be sitting up here like this.
Right.
Because she's promoting her brand, and the passion is there. She's not
Mhm.
doing it all, laid back, like she really don't care.
Right.
If you have to convince somebody, then that's an issue. But if you could just speak flowly about what you're doing,
Right.
Mhm.
people are looking at you like, "Wow, okay, how do I get that?"
And you want
that's
healthy
another
hair.
thing I like that you bring up, is that
Yeah.
it's confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence
You have
is
to
a
have the
big thing.
confidence.
I was at it was like a seminar for I was younger, and I needed kind of like a small job or whatever to kind of get by, and it was to sell knives. And a lot of people have heard it. It's pretty popular in Chicago. It's called Cutco, and you sell knives or whatever.
Okay.
And the guy in the seminar he talks to the guy in the front row, and he goes, "Hand me your wallet," like real confidently. And the guy just hands him the wallet, and he's like, "You see that?" He's like, "Now I got your wallet, and you don't even know why." So that's being confident is definitely key to selling your brand and just being about your brand. So I like that you were bringing that up.
You have to be
It
confident.
is.
And I can tell some people, when we're out and about networking events, when you ask them what do they do, sometimes they're kind of hesitant. It don't
Mhm.
come out like they're confident
Excited about
about
it.
what,
Right.
and I said, "Okay, just give me your card." Because and then I meet somebody, let me tell you,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
me and Sean was at the Chicago's Inventors Christmas party, and people were talking about what they do, and you could tell the room was packed. The food was phenomenal, but you could tell the people who had a passion for their product, and those who were
Right.
You
Weren't
know
quite
what?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I'm like, you got to really be talking about your product. They was like, well, I'm like, if you want me to buy it, you got to be excited about your product.
Mhm.
You can't just like, yeah, okay. Like you ain't even sure. You want me to
Right.
buy it?
Right, right.
So you need that. Everybody needs that. Whether you're singing, whether you're doing
Yes.
radio, TV, whatever it is, you want to be the best you can be. Then you want to think about what keeps customers up at night. What is one problem that you could solve as an inventor? Right? How can you solve that? Whatever it is, do your research. Maybe you at home and use a remote controller. You say, if this was done this way, it would be easier. Not only for me, but for millions.
Millions of
So
people,
when people
right.
are coming up with things, they're looking at their everyday life and they're trying to find a way to simplify things.
Yes.
Right.
We're always in a hurry. We always want something just like that. So it may be something somebody has already created, and maybe you could add something to it.
That's right.
And you can reinvent that and do all the paperwork and have that product. But you got to know what you're doing. You got to do your homework. You got to do your research. And that's what I went on the journey to find what works for losing weight.
Yes.
And I took 14 ingredients and put them all in one bottle and kept playing around with the dosage. And so it wasn't something that I set out to do. I was doing it for me.
Right.
Right.
Really,
Exactly.
it was just for me. And they was like, you got to put this out everywhere. I'm like, really? You think so? So it happens just like with Rockalocks. And tell them about your invention before we keep going.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find anything to hold my braids and didn't really realize it because I didn't wear braids. I just started wearing them and there was nothing on the market. Ribbons slid out. I'm afraid of rubber bands, always have been as a stylist, because they are damaging to the hair.
Definitely.
And you see so many little girls with beautiful hair. And by the time they're 8 years old, it's just short and broken off. And so I took my cell phone charger, the ones that you plugged in, wrapped it around my hair, twisted it. So our unique wrap and twist design, and the coils, your hair gently falls into the coils so it doesn't tangle in your hair. It makes perfect Afro puffs. So if you go to Charmin Edwards on Facebook, and we can guide you to where you need to go. But I knew that every mother with a girl, especially an African-American girl, we've all worn Afro puffs. We love Afro puffs. They save the day. So I knew that I was on to a big hit with Rock Your Locks because it was the answer. We'd always been forced to use rubber bands.
And I can't stand rubber bands.
Can't stand rubber bands. If you want gorgeous hair,
get rid of rubber bands.
Right, you get rid of rubber bands. And Rock Your Locks is the only way to go.
And I love them. She gave me some for my grandbaby and my nieces, and I had to bring them in the studio. They are amazing. I even had one on the other day. I was in the house all day, and I had my little band because my forehead is too big. But I put the rest of it up, and I wore them. I had to take a picture of my hair in a Rock Your Locks. I had to let you guys see it.
Well, that's it's in one is in mine right now, holding it up.
Yeah. So they are gorgeous, and they're good on your hair, and I love them. So we're going to be talking about that and putting it out there on the show. Another tip is you can send a virtual coffee through Starbucks. So let's say you're meeting someone for a consultation, or just to network. I used to go to Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. I would pick a different one twice a week, and I would go there for 2 hours, take out my laptop or my tablet, get me a cup of coffee or tea, and I would network. And we would sit and conversate, and I met so many amazing people, and that's how I was able to get 2 of my sponsors today. Wow. Actually just being at a restaurant. Conversation over coffee, and then I would change it up from breakfast to lunch, and then I would plan to go in there. And I did that twice a week for almost a year. Then I started going to restaurants, right? And they would see me come in there, and I would tell the owner what I was doing. They didn't have a problem with it, and I'm telling you, that was the most inexpensive way to network and build your brand. I got people that needed logos, that needed mission statements, that needed 501c3s, that needed business plans, that needed a grant writer, and it just goes on and on. This is something that inexpensive you could do. Find a breakfast, by your house, a breakfast restaurant or a little coffee shop or donut shop, and just go in there. If they got Wi-Fi, they don't have Wi-Fi, then you may have to get you a hotspot, invest in a hotspot. You have to find ways to make it work for you, because there's no such thing as the idea situation to promote your product, service, and brand. You have to step outside of this box and do the unthinkable, right?
You have to get uncomfortable. My favorite saying is you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's right.
Yes.
Right. And so what I would do when I would leave, if I would send them a virtual coffee, depending on where I was at, whether it was Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. So I would send them a $5 gift card for networking with me. Mm-hmm. And they got all these apps out. They didn't have that before, but now they got all these apps out. And I would send that to them to say thank you, because they helped me get a sponsor or an account or a contract.
Right.
From being at coffee, from having coffee.
Right.
I mean, how cool is that?
Oh, it's super cool.
Super
cool.
I had on jeans, a sweatshirt, I made sure my hair looked decent, and you don't have to go all out. Just be who you are. Be the best person that you can be. And your mood is critical to how you greet people. I used to go in, hey, how you doing? What's up? What you doing? So tell me about yourself. And they be looking at me like, sometimes you have to flip the script, and it's not always about you, but it is. But you make them the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Right. And then it automatically come back to you. So I like that, so that's the first thing that I talk about doing all the time. The second one is make sure that you have a logo that stands out. It don't have to be crazy, but it's colorful. It stands out. You can go to Fiverr and get one for $5 or pay $10 for one. You can go on Publisher or PowerPoint or Word.
Yeah, I was going to say you can make
and
your own.
download
Yeah.
the free logos.
Mhm.
I mean, there's so if you can't afford it, you can go to freelogo.com
Mhm.
and create you a free logo,
Mhm.
Right.
and take that logo and make it your letterhead, your business card, and it
Yeah.
goes on. You
Yeah.
can do
Right.
an envelope if that's what you need to do. If you cannot afford to hire someone,
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have so many like free photo
free stuff, right?
shop.
So you just got to do your homework. It's not going to just drop out the ceiling in your
Exactly.
house,
No.
the kitchen, and the
Exactly.
bathroom. You got to do
It
your
is going
homework.
to take some work.
It's going to take
It
some
is.
work, but you have to do it because you can't go networking with somebody and you don't even have a business card. They have the things now where you can put it on your phone.
Yeah.
You could pull up your business, have your business card on your phone, and send it to somebody else.
That's
Once
amazing.
you create one, you could just send it to your phone, and all your information comes up: your email, your phone, your fax if you're still using fax, your logo, how to get in touch with you, and what you do, just in the click of a button. I was a network event lady.
Powerful.
She was
That
like, I
is
don't have any more cards, but I'm gonna send it to your phone. I said, well, how you gonna do that? She pulled out her phone, bam, 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 and she had this free app that she downloaded off the Play Store. And when I hit my phone and looked up, all her information all I had to do was add it as a contact. All her information, logo, everything.
See?
That's fantastic.
Just like that.
Yeah, that
Yes.
makes it. Yeah.
Because we run out, we have stuff on order, we got to wait for it to
Mhm.
come in or whatever. Website. I got 3 websites right now. I'm finna have a 4th one with the water
Nice.
that I all created myself under Wix.com.
Mhm.
I took my time because sometimes, I'm not saying all time, you can pay someone and they promise you're going to get this and you give them a down payment, and then it's months after they get that money and you
Yep.
still don't have what you need, and your
Yep.
business needs to run.
Yes.
right.
So I took my time and I donated an hour or 2 or 3 days a week
Mhm.
until I got it done.
Mhm.
Right.
And it's not fancy, but it's nice.
Mhm.
It does what I needed to do.
That's it. That's the
People
main
put their
thing.
referrals on there. So we
Yeah.
have to do what works for us.
That's right.
So
Yes.
what I do may not work for Alicia, and what Alicia do may not work for me. What Sharman do may not work for either one of us, but it works for her. And we have
Mhm.
to get out of that zone where we're doing stuff to please other people.
Yes.
Oh,
The
God,
vision that God gave us, gave me, it's not for Alicia and Sharman.
That's
Mhm.
right.
The vision that God gave Sharman, it don't have nothing to do with me and Alicia, and vice versa. So we have to get in where we fit in and stop trying to be somebody else. You can only be you. I have a hard time just being me.
Mhm.
So when we try to
Yeah.
emulate somebody else, or somebody say, oh, if that was me, I wouldn't do that. Well, I thank you for sharing, but I'm not you.
That's right.
Mhm.
You know, whatever is, people say you shouldn't have multiple streams of income because something gonna lack. If you do it right, it's not gonna lack. How you think we got millionaires and billionaires? Everybody didn't inherit money.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
People
true.
work
That's
to
true.
get where they are today. Some
That's
people
true.
didn't, but everybody didn't get a silver spoon or a blue spoon or red spoon or green
Mhm.
spoon, gold spoon. We had to work to get it. And my thing is, you can have multiple streams of income if that's what you see in your heart,
That's right.
Mhm.
in your mind, by having a mindset to do that. Don't let somebody who's sitting somewhere else say, oh, you need to just get a 9 to 5. Don't do that. Because they may be sitting there and they may be okay with that, but that may not be you. Everybody is different. God didn't make everybody to be the same. We would have a dull world.
And I
That's
like
right.
that you brought that up, because I think that surrounding yourself with like-minded people is another key to it.
It's important.
You can't be around someone who's continuously telling you you can't do it, because it feeds into your energy, and then you start to think that, and you start to emulate that, and then your products start to emulate it, and then it just starts going downhill. You have to surround yourself by people who believe in you and you believe in them. You have to work as a team, if that's the case. Apple started in a garage, and it
Sure
was
did.
just 3 of them. They were playing Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, hey, we like computer stuff, so they started working on computers, and it was just them. So I definitely think
Same thing with Facebook.
Yep. Yes.
He invited everybody over for pizza,
and they were like,
and
no,
like several of them, but only 2 or 3 showed up.
Mhm.
They didn't know what they were gonna do. They just wanted to create something big.
Right.
So them folks who didn't show up, I know they probably said, man,
Yeah.
because see, the fortune is in the follow-up. And
That's
so
right.
even
That
though
is
I go to
true.
networking events, I try to go to 2 a week. And people be saying, oh, I don't feel like going. We just went. Don't go. But you never know what's going to happen at that event. And
That's right.
sometimes that's where the best connections, the best deals are made
Yeah.
at these events.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't want to go. And nobody said you got to go and stay 3 hours.
No.
You go and stay a little while and then you leave.
Mhm.
I've hidden 2 or sometimes 3 in one night when it's summertime.
Mhm.
I would leave, get there when they get there, slept, and then been and went to 3. And be back home by 9:30.
That's
Well,
a
it's
good
networking
strategy.
with a purpose, and that's what I
Yeah.
call it. So when you're
Yeah.
networking with a purpose, that's why you go. Because the purpose is to see who's in the room, who can I connect with,
Mhm.
who, just like at that Chicago
Chicago
Inventors,
Inventors, yeah.
and you introduced me to a wonderful person, that might end up being a distributor for us.
Yes.
And then in turn, before that, though, I introduced her to a wonderful
Yes, she sure
guy.
did.
And
Yeah.
see, and that's another thing. You can't be afraid to introduce people to other people.
Yes.
They might not have what you need, but I might be able to use them. Just introduce. I try to introduce everybody.
She does.
I really try to connect.
She just hooked me up with my water label for my water to get my logo done and to get my UPC label. So thank you, Charmin.
You're welcome. This
She's
guy's
always
the bomb.
here if I need her, if I need some information. She's constantly getting, and it's not one-sided. We're sharing on both sides of the table, and I continue to support her, whether she supports me or not. But I know she will. But I'm going to support her regardless, and that's what I hope you emulate that, because we as minorities do not support each other enough. We're so afraid that somebody is going to get a bigger piece of the pie than us. It's not about us. It's bigger than us. And there's enough for everybody. There's enough. There's more than enough for everybody. Can't nobody take nothing from you. If it was for Charmin, it's going to be for Charmin.
Absolutely.
If it's for Alicia, it's going to be for, and it's for Queen Darci. I'm going to get it. Trust and believe. It may not be right now. It may take me a little time, but I will get there. So go to Wix.com or Google free websites. There's several. You can call the company. They'll help you. If I had a question about getting a picture there or making something move across the screen, I just pick up the phone and call Wix, and they walk me right through it. You can save your work and go back, work at your own pace, implement it the way you want it. And it may not work for somebody else, but it works for you. That's the most important lesson that you could ever learn. Just like in relationships, in business, in friendship, we learn from people. And all those people are not going to have a seat at our table.
That's right.
As we mature and as growth goes up, you're going to lose some of those people, because God going to place some more people, because you need to get people to be elevated at the next level for you.
Some people can't get on your flight.
Everybody can't get there. And guess what? It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. So you want to make sure you have a website. You want to make sure that your social media you should have a personal social media page, but you should also have a business or a fan page. Don't combine the two. They don't work. You should have a business page with your information, your hours, a website. Not necessarily your prices, but at least your website. People, we have to get real. We have 2 weeks left. Not even 2 weeks. We have 11 days left in 2018. And I posted today, what are you going to do? Do you have the winner mindset? Are you setting up your goals for 2019? If you broke in 2018, what are you doing so that you're not broke in 2019? If you need a free 15-minute consultation so that you're not broke, give me a call, 708-304-3422, a 15-minute free consultation. We got to get rid of this mindset that that somebody owe us something, or we looking for 50 acres and a mule. You ain't getting it. If you're looking for it, let it go, because it ain't happening. We have to get on board for us and stop making excuses about our circumstances, how we was raised. We didn't have this, where we live. We don't have an education. I don't want to hear all that. Because there is no excuse for you not to excel in whatever it is that you're doing. Stop making excuses. Go 7 days without complaining and then holler at me.
Right.
7 days without complaining and then holler at me. I challenge each and every one of you, because it's hard for me, but I think about it, because what we're complaining about, there's someone less fortunate and they going through way more, and they getting it done without complaining, without the negativity. Go ahead, Alicia.
Oh, I wanted to add, you were saying, don't complain, and, your circumstances. And sometimes you're in your spot because of, you have to learn a lesson here. So like I had to learn with myself that sometimes I look at, my peers and I'll be like, oh, they're so much, more advanced than I am. And then sometimes I have to realize that, one, we're not walking down the same path. And you might walk down a path and you might have some things that help you move along the way that I'm not going to have. But one, I can't compare my path. My path might have some boulders in it, but that boulder is to teach me, when I finally get to the goal, to appreciate it more. And also that it's okay to be a late bloomer. That is a big thing that people don't like when they say, oh, I'm too old. It is never too late. You are never too old. There are people who graduate college at the age of 60 because that was their goal in life and they did it. So don't be afraid because you're in a spot right now and you're saying, well, I can't because of this. Handle whatever it is, because that's going to take you to the next step. Whatever your problem is, handle that problem and get the solution and execute a plan and do it.
Very
and
good.
then after you do it, it'll take you to your next step.
Yeah.
And finally, when you're at that point where you're like, I can start my brand, you're going to see that maybe at that point where you first started, when you're listening to this, is that you weren't in the right mind state to handle it. I feel that way. I recently started going back to school. I'm at the Illinois Media School, and I realized that I wasn't in the right mindset when I turned 18 to go to
Nobody
school.
is.
Yeah, you're really not. You're really not. And that's some things, and that's the thing that people have to understand, that we all have to start talking about, is that, are you ready for what you're asking the universe for?
Yeah.
And if you aren't, then you have to say and look at your circumstances and say, what am I supposed to learn from this? And even with the complaining thing, sometimes you have to say, why is this in front of me, instead of why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
And I think if you start to change your mindset that
That's where
way,
it is.
all of the obstacles in
Begins
your
in the
life will
mind.
start to get smaller, and you will realize that you will stop complaining as much. And even when you do have a problem, sometimes you do have to complain. Sometimes you got to vent it out, but don't let it control your
That's right.
life.
Oh my God. She
Yeah.
said just what I want to say. That
Yeah.
mindset is a
Yeah.
dangerous thing.
It's a dangerous
But it's
thing.
a positive thing on how you use it.
Yes.
Because if you're thinking of waking up, going to bed, thinking about all this negativity and why this happened to me and why this and why that, everybody, don't nobody, when they see your number, they don't even want to answer the phone when
Yes.
they see you coming. Because
Yes.
it's just nothing but negative.
right.
I had to tell some of my friends, stop,
Mhm.
because you're giving me a headache.
Mhm.
And I can't, because the headache turned into a migraine for me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I get it, but you need to pray about it. You need to ask yourself, why is all these things happening to you? Maybe the decisions you make are affecting that. Maybe change your mindset.
Change your mindset.
So I'm gonna go through these other ones, and then we're gonna come right back. We got to close out, and I'm gonna talk about how you can do something once and get paid over and over again. So the other thing you want to do is make use of free marketing. You have all social media. I don't even know how many social medias: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, Google, Tumblr, Flickr. There's so many. Take advantage of free marketing for your product, service, or brand. This is the next point that I really love. Collaborate with other businesses. You're not going to make it to the top without taking some people with you. And I plan on taking a whole lot of people with me. So you be willing to negotiate, to barter, to work together on projects, on grants. Be willing to do that with other like-minded individuals. Host a webinar, which is what I'm going to start doing, hosting mini webinars. And that's my goal for 2019. So I'm getting my little material together on my one-word topic and go into that. So pray for me, because I'm going to get this done. I said this last year, and I didn't do it. So I'm one of them people that was said going to do something and didn't do it in the whole 365 days of fast.
Right.
So I have to make this happen for me.
Right.
For me, because it's going to help me as well. And then, or send out a newsletter. That's something I used to do too. My newsletter turned into a mini magazine and everything. So, there are so many ways you can do to market and help each other. I thank God that I've met Alicia through Illinois Media School as the guest co-host. And hopefully I want you guys to feed in and share with me how my personality goes with hers. I think she has did an amazing job this Tuesday and Thursday. She stepped right in, she helped. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for somebody to do my job, but to just help. And she has did an amazing job. So I thank you for embracing
really
our
has.
platform.
Thank you for having
Always want to thank Charmin. She's always there. She's always sowing seeds and pouring knowledge, wisdom, contacts. And I just love her spirit. And she's doing it unconditionally. So I just want to say, if you don't know Charmin, she is a mover and shaker, and she's someone you need to know. So you need to find out. Go on Facebook and look up Charmin Edwards. That is someone that you need to know. We'll take a break. We'll be right back and tell you how you can do something once and get paid over and over again. And then we're going to close out. IntellectualRadio.com and Making Waves with Ms. Darci. And yeah, we are making waves today. Back in a moment. Welcome back. If you know, y'all, we be talking during the break, but welcome back. You're tuned in to Making Waves with Miss Darci, broadcasting live right here every Tuesday and Thursday. We got big things coming in 2019, so you got to tune in. I'm telling you, I can't tell you, mom's the word, but it's coming. Quickly, I want to talk about how you can do something once and get paid over and over again. Right? There are plenty of ways for passive income or for multiple streams of income, even working from home. So when I say passive, I mean that you can do the work once and get paid over and over and over again. Now, y'all probably saying she dreaming, she needs to wake up. That ain't happening. People are doing it every day. I can go to the mall any day, any time of the day. People out there with these $300, $500 strollers, these $1,000 Prada purses, coats, designer jeans. And I'm like, what do they do? So I walk up to them. See, I'm not ashamed. I say, hey, my name is Darci. I'm a radio personality. You know, I'm a grant writer. I'm a business and leadership coach, and I'm an inventor. So I need to know, you out here midday. Are you on vacation? You took a sick day and your boss don't know you here, or you just chilling? She looked at me. She said, oh my God, like, are you? And I do this. I go to different malls, but I'm networking. So she said, I work for this work at home company. And I put in, 10 hours. I said, in one day, she said, no, you can work when you want. So I'm asking her about all the stuff she's doing. Or I met a blogger. She said she started out making $500. Now she's making 6 figures. So I go to different malls and pick people's brain. Right. I get their information.
That's right.
You mind if I call you? Because I want to do a blog in 2019. They was like, okay, I'll show you. Before I could get home, she started sending me information.
Right.
So step outside that box. See, I ain't afraid to step outside. They can tell me, no, I won't be bothered. And I say, okay, I'm sorry, you having a bad day, but I know it will get better. It can't get no worse. I say, enjoy your day.
Right.
And I'll keep on walking around, get ready to leave. They tell me, hey, I'm going through this, blah, blah. They came and found me.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
That's right.
You ain't got to be mean.
No.
You ain't got to be mean.
No.
Don't take it out on me, right? So here are a couple of things you could do, and you can research them, right? Do your homework. Just because I'm telling you don't mean it's true, but it is true. The first thing you can do once and get paid over and over again is blogging. I've met people who just blog for fun or as a hobby. But then I've met people who are making 6-figure incomes blogging. And some only do it once or twice a week. 30 minutes out of 24 hours.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, who's paying for that? Right.
Really?
Watch this. And then they got sponsors, because once they reach a certain plateau, the sponsors are coming to them. They're not going for them. How cool is that?
That's the way the YouTube artists
YouTube, Instagram. You can even do Pinterest. I'm telling you, I've been doing my homework. I devote 2 hours a day to blogging, to learning how to be the best blogger I can be. And I ain't even started yet.
Right.
Literally. And I'm telling you, the money is in there if you do your homework and you do it right. The second one is ebooks, which is another thing I want to get into. Putting an ebook together for work. And it's customizing. So I may customize an ebook for Rockalocks, for African American hair, or for Afro puffs. Well, I may do an ebook for how to promote your product, service, and brand.
That's right.
And you can do multiples, right? Because your brand and her brand is different.
That's right.
Right? She's an artist. So maybe hers could be something dealing with art and design. Right? I could do one for super producer for Intellectual Radio. How to be a radio personality, how you start your own podcast or broadcast, right? So then took one version and made multiple, but I did it once, right? It could be done. Yeah. I'm telling you, I hope y'all taking notes.
There's a lot of websites for that.
It's a lot.
There's a lot. And
it's a lot.
I think that you start out because I had actually seen that. You start out and you do one and they'll pay you like $5 for like your first one. And the more people that follow it,
the more people that follow it, the more I'm going to have multiples. I'm setting up my cover page for 3 right now. Here's another one, stock photography. Since you do art, stock photography. Super producer is good at this, creating ideas, stock photography, taking certain pictures and highlighting certain things and say, did you see that in that abstract or that background? I ain't good at that, but people are good. Take pictures on the angle. I had this looking up in the ceiling. He just told me, no, that ain't the way you set up. So I would never be good. I stay in my lane. That's not my lane. But I'm saying that's another way. Create an e-course. Go to Udemy. Udemy, Udemy. I'm going to put my grant writing workshop on there. They promote it. and you put it in a PowerPoint presentation and they sell it for you. You put the price you don't want it to exceed it, and they promote it for you. I'm telling you, now I just gave y'all 5, right? The other one is selling digital patterns. So you can create a design and market it and sell it and cater it to that person, right? Get referrals. If you have a business, let's say Rockalocks or Deep Flat Tommy Water, and I say I get referrals. If you buy a 24-pack of case of water or 30-pack, you get $5 or $7 commission. People, that money adds up. That, you can just share it to your Facebook page. You got at least 500 people.
Right.
So out of them 500, somebody need to lose some weight. I'm just keeping it real. Right. So there's enough, and it may not be a lot, but I'm talking about multiple streams of income. Right. You can sell stock music. You can create your own app. They have where you can learn how to make your own app. Yep, they do. He's telling me I'm out of time. I'm circling like him though. You make your own app. You can make your own app, right? So these are just some of the ways you can be a person that create websites. I just show you how to go and get free websites. Learn how to do that and be an expert in that. And people need websites created. You can do that and charge a couple of $100s, right? And if you maintain them, there's even more money. Or be like me and Rockalocks. You can sell your product, service, or brand like half of America, right? Or you can rent out stuff. People need to rent prom dresses, wedding dresses. You can be a what you call them people? A designer. You could be an event planner. If you're good at putting stuff together and decorating tables and getting the color streams together, that's what you can do on the side. It's so many things. So don't be talking about you broke, because that means you're not stepping out your comfort zone to get the job done. So I just want to leave you with that. When I come back next week, which is after Christmas, I hope everybody have a nice holiday. I hope you get everything you want. If you don't call me. But I hope you get everything you want. Were you naughty or were you nice? I was a little both, but I'm expecting to get everything that I wanted and then some. So I'm going to tell y'all about that next week. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Alicia, for being here. Thank you, always, Sharman, for being here, embracing the platform. Please share the broadcast. Thank you. I hope you have a great holiday. And remember, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs, and that could be one of us. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.